Updated tier list for the newest update, which consists of 2 new classes. And what are those classes?
Of course, we're going to have the Fisherman, and then we got the Pyromaniac. Both pretty cool classes. Well, I guess we're going to break down what we really think about those classes in this tier list video.
Oh, yeah. And, each class can change over time because updates do appear. And we thought, what better way to give you an updated, new, top-of-the-line tier list so you can go in and know what classes to pay attention to or just totally fly past and not even consider. Because some of these classes, they make me angry.
Yeah.
That's just me, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. They will make you angry. That's just part of it. You kind of do think that, like, you got to wonder, like, as updates come along, if one class might get a little more beneficial than others. Like, I know that could change. That's why I guess it's good to always stay updated because we're basing this off the current situation with the fishing update. And first, of course, we're going to start with the very first one, the Camper. Worth only 10 diamonds, the cheapest one, probably going to be the first one that you buy when you first start the game, which you start with a flashlight, which is obviously pretty cool. And then you're going to have, of course, your level perks if you want to go over those for everybody.
Oh, yeah. You get reduced hunger, increased visibility, and you spawn with some stew. Now, honestly, as a beginning class, there isn't much more you can ask for, when it comes to the Camper.
This is like, I know that like people are going to be looking for the better classes to be S, A, B and stuff, but like because it's so cheap and it's the beginning class, I think this class is actually better than some of the classes that are more expensive. So for me, it's a B tier just because it's so cheap,
I think I used to put it in like a C, but it's just the pricing and the benefits that it give you. That reduced hunger drain, and the increased visibility, those alone, very, very nice traits actually in the game. Like core traits that can carry you and actually provide use throughout the whole game. Super good.
Yeah, it's really good. Up next, we have the Scavenger for 25 diamonds. You don't start with any tool or anything. You have no starter tool. You do get a +2 stack space with your level 1 perk, and as you level up, you'll get the open chest 20% faster, and you'll get a chance to get scrap as a bonus drop from the chest. How you feeling?
Yep. The Scavenger's fine. The stack space is great at the start, but you're gonna upgrade. Yep. You're gonna get better ones. That faster chest opening, kind of not bad. I do like that perk a lot. Like, that really kind of makes me want to consider this class and probably why this class isn't just an absolute D to me. Because that 20% opening chest, that's kind of nice.
It's kind of nice, yeah, when you're getting attacked or you want to grab a chest real quick. Let's say, like, it's getting dark. Like, let me just grab this chest real quick. This class could be the difference between you having to wait and get that chest later or getting it right then and there. And it also doesn't hurt to get a little extra scrap. So for me, just for that kind of a little bit of benefit there, I'm going to go C. I think C tier is probably the best one for the Scavenger. Perfect. We're right on. We're right on so far. Yep. Nice. Up next.
Right on.
Yeah. You go ahead. Go ahead. You lead us here.
We got the Base Defender.
Which
best class in the game.
Look, and if you want this one, we actually do have a complete run on both of our channels. If you want to check that out, shameless plug there. 40 diamonds, not bad though, not bad.
You start with a defense blueprint. Awesome. Okay, defense blueprint. You only start with one. Okay. You can upgrade it. You can upgrade them. That's cool if you can find other defense blueprints. If you can't, this class is totally useless. You get one little defense that the cultist is going to walk around, and then if you can't find any more, you're going to be left with nothing.
Look, let's just make this simple. I'm gonna follow one of your tactics. Base Defender, D, it's going in D. Sorry.
I cannot believe Base Defender is going in D. They worked so hard to bring us a new class. Like, this was obviously one for the previous update. But, dude, having done a full run with this, I think we have the right to put it on D. Because it did nothing for us.
Absolutely. That's probably the most confident I'm going to be about most of these picks. That would be in a D. Pretty confident about that. That leads us into the Medic. For 40 diamonds, you can get the Medic. You start with 2 bandages. As you level up the tiers, you'll start with a 5 times faster revives, which, it's okay. You'll get improved revives on others, restores more health and hunger. And then the last tier, one of your bandages will be turned into a med kit. This one's all right. I don't 100% know how to feel about it. Maybe I need to do a long run as just a medic, but I don't know. How are you thinking?
I feel like this is like the ultimate support class, right? Like, if you got somebody, you want to have more like a larger team, and you have someone that's like, they don't know much about 99 Nights, but they want to be there, they want to help, and they just want to provide that support, or they just love playing a support role. I guess it could have its benefits. Like that 5% faster revive, pretty nice, but you're not getting a lot of stuff to really help you besides, just having those extra bandages. So if you're going to go down a lot, or you have teammates that do, this could be useful.
I think you're playing solo, it's a D. If you're playing with a team, it's a C or a B. I'm gonna, and we're assuming we're playing as a team because we got both of us here. We're playing duos on this tier list, so we're gonna assume we're playing duos. I'm thinking either a C or a B. I'll let you make the final call on that. It's got to be.
I'm gonna go with C on it because you don't need the faster revive time, because if your teammate goes down and you already have bandages, you could just run by, pick them up real quick, take them to the camp, and then revive them safely as much time as you need, So
Absolutely. So it's kind of pointless. Up next, we have the cook for another 40 diamonds. I love how cheap some of these are, obviously, because I think some of the ones that are more expensive might be kind of a ripoff we'll get into. You start with seasoning, which seasoning can be applied to food, and it will restore more hunger, which is pretty cool. The crock pot will cook 20% faster. I think that's pretty cool as well. And you'll have a 25% chance to make a hearty stew, which will obviously satiate your hunger more. I kind of like the cook. I do kind of like the cook because I like my stew. I like the food. I like to get a little more benefit from it.
Here's the thing. Previously, I would be like, the cook is actually kind of solid like the camper. It's a class that's going to consistently help you with hunger. Your crock pot's going to cook faster. I mean, it's a good support role. I would even put it to B. But now the reason why I want to take the cook and put it to C is because with the new Fisherman class, you can fish so many fish so quickly, and food is no longer ever a problem. Worrying about your hunger is kind of obsolete now. So with the new Fisherman class, it makes the cook look slightly worse.
You know what? I agree with you. C for cook. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's a weird thing to put that. But, we move right on to the hunter, which is worth 40 diamonds. You start with 2 bear traps, increased meat drop rate, slightly higher pelt drop rate. The pelt trader will offer an extra wolf pelt trade. I mean, there's a lot of things I like already from the sound of that.
Yeah, I do like it. I like the meat drop rate. Obviously, we're going to be able to get a lot of hunger, which that could, getting the hunger field could be slightly dropped because of the fishermen and stuff like that now that we talked about with the fishing update, because it doesn't really matter as much because we're going to get so many fish. But the slightly higher pelt drop rate is huge because they have it feels like they tweak it to the point where you can't ever get pelts hardly anymore. So just for that alone, I'm thinking this has to be a B. Just for that alone, just to get better pelts,
Yeah, I definitely think it's a good beginning class, and for 40 diamonds compared to some of the other classes that cost 40 diamonds, the hunter is going to be able to provide you with some, and bear traps are unlimited when you place them. You can keep resetting them and using them, so.
Yeah, and they're really good. You could take out a bear. If you got bear traps, I mean, you could take out and you place them right and you don't walk into them, they can take out a bear pretty much no problems, and that's one of the highest health in the game. So up next, we have the decorator for another 40 diamonds. You do start with a hammer, which is so because the hammer really isn't that hard to craft. It's like 5 scrap and 5 wood at the Anvil Tool Workshop. And, this, I guess, is more of like a niche player. Like, if you're a niche player, you like to decorate and stuff like that, because you're going to get a lot of perks with the furniture trader. As you level up, you're going to get, I think the max one is, discount, like a 25% discount with a furniture trader. So if that's something you're really into, decorator's cool, but I don't think a lot of people really like it that much. I've actually put out polls and stuff where I'm like, do you want to see me do a solo run with the most difficult class? If so, let me know what class it is, and everyone said decorator. So for that, I got to go D, decorator. I just got to.
Yeah, it's the most pointless class in my opinion. It just really is just not worth the 40 diamonds, especially compared to something like the hunter. But getting up to 50 diamonds, a little bit more, but it is kind of worth it. It's one of the new ones, and that is the Fisherman. Yeah, you want to kind of summarize this one up for us?
Yeah, for some reason, I accidentally put the Fisherman on my tier list twice, so all my viewers can see we have 2 Fishermen. One is O1G, one's me, so don't judge. You do start with the fishing rod, which is, let's just get it out of the way, is useless. The fishing rod is the easiest item to get in the game.
That's true.
You can just get the old rod from the fishing hut that you can literally unlock on, I believe it's fire level 2, the first level up of the fire. You could go right over there and get it. With the second tier, you're going to get the fishing rod caster instant and further, which I haven't really seen a difference of what that makes. And then the third tier, fish will hook to your fishing rod faster. Most of the time, you're going to be fishing on those little feeding frenzies anyways, and it's not really going to matter. So I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm going to let you kind of give your thoughts on it before I completely nail it.
You know, it's a new class. It's very exciting because it's a new class, but having spent lots of time in this new class already, like a lot of the things that it's giving you is not really making any sense. Like you can get a fishing rod at the start of the game anyways. I mean, your fishing rod leveling up faster, that's great. But like I said, if you use those speed fishing spots, you can level up fast, you can catch fish fast. I mean, it just renders it obsolete. So that's where I'm having a problem with this. And I don't know. I'm at like a C tier, honestly, for this.
You know, honestly, I'd probably put it in D, but I'm going to put it in C just because it's new and I like new. You know, so I'm going to put it in C.
Yeah, I guess so. That's a good way to put it. All right. Well, if we move on to the next one, which is 70 diamonds with a flashlight, revolver, and ammo, starting you out with 18 ammo, 10% chance to refund ammo on shot, and you start with 30 if you got perk 3. This is the Ranger class, and it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I actually like the Ranger class. I think it's solid. You get 3 starting items with the revolver ammo, the revolver, the flashlight, like you said. Only 70 diamonds. Ranger's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Get only 70 diamonds. You get a lot of bang for your buck with that. And, I think that means it probably deserves a higher tier. I don't know if it's quite A tier. It's above. It's B tier or above, but I don't know if it's quite A tier, you know?
Yeah, I'm in strong debate if that's an A tier because it's a solid class for 70 diamond, but I mean, just because the ammo and the refund ammo on shot, like that could actually be really useful gradually just because of that perk 2 benefit. But I'm going to keep it at B for now, but I might have to debate on that one as we continue, honestly.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of see how the S and the A tier play out, and then maybe we'll come back and adjust the Ranger. Up next, we have the Lumberjack. The Lumberjack, for 70 diamonds, you're going to start with a good axe, which is kind of because you can get a good axe within like 1 day if you make a trade with a pelt trader, with the bunny foot for the pelt trader good axe, or of course you can find it in a chest usually early on pretty easily. For the level 1 of the class, you're going to get 20% chance to get 1 bonus log from trees, which is like, I guess, kind of cool at the beginning, but even like shortly into your run, that's not going to be crazy beneficial. 25% for a double sapling drop. That's kind of cool, especially if you're going for like, if you're trying to build some cool base with your saplings where you're wanting to grow trees into like some formation. And then with the last level, you're going to get a plus 20% chance to get 1 or 2 bonus logs from trees, which is, once again, it's like early on, that's a huge deal, but maybe later on, not so much. I mean, it's a cool class. Don't get me wrong. I tend to be pretty biased towards like wood cutting and stuff. I like it, but I don't know if it's necessarily the greatest of all the classes.
I don't know either. That's why, like, I've always loved a Lumberjack class, just because, it is Lumberjack, but it's looking like it's definitely not better than the Hunter, so it's looking like it's falling in C, surprisingly.
Yep, sometimes this is how it goes with these tier lists. You got to think about what you're comparing it with. I don't think it's as good as the Ranger or the Hunter, or even the Camper for that matter. Like, I think the Camper, just because of the price of it and stuff, I think that's solid. I think we're giving the Lumberjack its fair due with a C grade. Of course, now we have the Farmer for 80 diamonds. It's kind of crazy seeing how much these diamonds... It feels like all these should be like 40 diamonds or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm judging. But Farmer for 80 diamonds, you start with a watering can. And then as you level up, you can use the watering can, obviously, to get more rare crops from your farm plots, which is kind of cool. And then some of the saplings that you can plant will grow into apple trees, which will let you harvest apples, obviously, which are pretty nice. And with the last tier of the level up, you'll be able to... water whatever farm plot you have, and it'll have a guaranteed chance every single harvest to grow 1 pumpkin. Pumpkins are crazy good. Like, we all love like the amount of health, like hunger it heals is pretty great.
Don't underestimate the apples, okay? So the apples are actually a very, very nice thing as well, and that's why I want to put the Farmer higher, because of the apple trees, because apples heal quite a bit as well. You can get an abundance of them, so like that's where I kind of am like, this is apples, and then you throw the pumpkins on it, but at the same time, it's the Farmer class. You only get a watering can.
Yeah, it's it's definitely still a support. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like we talk about. Not the best for solo, but if let's say you do have a cyborg in your crew, or you got like some attack guys in your crew, and you want to play support, I think it's really good. I think it's better than, obviously. I think it's probably better than all the C classes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's better. I don't know. It's definitely better than C. Maybe it's like C+, B- tier, somewhere in there.
Yeah, we can put it in a B. Generosity, Like,
yeah. I think so too.
It's a tough one. I mean, getting on to the next one is Brawler for 100 diamonds. You start out with a leather body, can't use ranged weapons, 40% HP increase though, 30% more damage with melee weapons. So the new trident. and 10% health regeneration, regen sooner after taking damage, 5% chance to block incoming damage. I personally believe the Brawler is highly underrated and actually a good class if people learn how to utilize and really put it to its full use.
Melee playing in 99 Nights is underrated. It's so underrated. It's so good, especially if you're playing first person, you're playing control lock, and the Brawler is made for it. Just the extra HP. Yeah, you can't use ranged weapons, but sometimes the ranged weapons can be a little bit overrated, you know what I mean, in certain scenarios, and the melee weapons are underrated, obviously. So I gotta say, it's A tier for me. I like the Brawler. It's got to be A tier.
Yeah, might have to put that one in A tier as well because all around, it's something more people should at least try, especially if they are interested in it. And transitioning on to the next one is Alien for also 100 diamond. You start with a ray gun, excellent visibility at night, sprint slower when alien tech is overheating, however, but the alien tech recharges faster on perk 2 and perk 3. You can sprint even faster when the alien tech is at full charge. Honestly, the alien class blows my mind every time. I'm putting it S tier.
I was gonna say, just for the fact that it's 100 diamonds, this is better than more classes we're going to talk about later on. It's definitely better than for only 100. Anybody can get the alien class. You know, one or two good runs of 99 Nights, getting the badges, you're going to get 100 diamonds. Especially, I would say any new player, just don't spend your diamonds until you get 100 and get the alien. It's that good. It's S tier. And that leads us into the next one, the Berserker for another 100 diamonds. Kind of crazy, 100 diamonds. The Berserker, you're going to start with a med kit, which med kits can be pretty beneficial. After your first death, you're going to auto-revive with low HP and hunger. On reviving, receive a strength boost for a short period of time. At the last level up for it, you're going to deal higher damage as your health gets lower. It's interesting.
It's very interesting because this could be really useful for like cultist temples and stuff when your HP is getting lower. You could just start powering through the cultists a lot quicker. So, but at the same time, you know, I guess this is a good class for people that find themselves kind of in close range combat, dying quite often, but also this gives you cushion for doing that. So honestly, B for Berserker, I guess it could probably go there.
I think that's fair. I think it's fair. And it just sounds good. B, Berserker. I mean, sometimes it just sounds good, you know? Up next,
exactly.
Oh, dude, I cannot believe this. I just remembered this by looking at this. The Blacksmith for 200 diamonds. The Blacksmith, 200 diamonds. You start
a hammer.
You start with a hammer, which the Decorator starts with too. Nice. Level 1, obviously, you're going to be able to craft items in the next crafting bench tier, which I have never used once. That doesn't seem too beneficial, in my opinion. +2 random crafting bench recipes will have discount requirements. That's kind of solid, I guess. And then once you get to the last level, you're going to have a chance to get extra scrap from items you put in the grinder, which, you know, is okay too.
Okay, so the reason why the Blacksmith could be good is if you speed run. Because if you're speed running, you can already have the next level of crafting bench tiers, thus getting faster beds. And if you have someone also getting the children, you can already max out your multiplier a lot quicker on the game. However, most people don't speed run. Average player is never going to need this class, and the fact that they're charging 200 diamond for this class is a straight-up disrespect to the mass player base, and that's why it gets a D tier for me.
I agree. I think if they had it around like the 80 diamond or less range, it could be up in a B maybe. You know what I mean? But it's because of the speedrun capabilities, but the fact that it's that much is absolutely ridiculous. Speaking of absolutely ridiculous, you want me to take this one? You want to take this one? This one,
yeah,
I know.
No, take this one. I don't even want to touch this.
All right, let me get loose here. The Assassin for 500 diamonds. You'd think 500 diamonds, I ought to be getting something pretty good. Pretty good. You start with the katana and throwing knives. First of all, the katana is a reskin of the spear. It does the same amount of damage as the spear. It might be slightly higher or quicker attack rate, but I don't even think that's true. You get the throwing knives, which are pretty good, but they are limited. You only have 120 of them. You're better off just trying to get some of the, what are they, the ice shurikens from the snow biome. To start with your class, you're going to get a plus 10% sprint speed, which is cool. It is cool. But you get minus 15% HP. And you have no armor. And you minus 15% HP. I'm so passionate about this, guys. I'm sorry for sounding so. And you get the increased chance of getting throwing knives to spawn in chest. I played so many hours I could hardly get throwing knives to spawn in a chest. So that's interesting. First hit on an enemy has a chance to officially critically strike, and I really didn't see any benefit of that either with the second level up. And the third level up, you're going to get a plus 10% chance for throwing knives to spawn in chest, Once again, didn't see a lot of those spawning, and I think this is I don't even, dude. It's a D tier. I hate this class.
The only reason why I want to put it to a C is because you get the throwing knives, and having throwing knives is nice, but you're not gonna need throwing knives at the beginning of the game. So it's like, it's just stupid.
500 diamonds.
This is my biggest regret ever, is getting this class and wasting my diamonds on it. It's my biggest regret. I hate it. It irks me every night. I lose sleep because of this.
Same. Yes. Same. But I feel like this next one might be right up your alley.
Yes, the sideboard for 600 diamonds, alien armor, laser cannon. If the alien tech overheats, you take damage, and your armor is temporarily lowered, but you have excellent visibility at night. And in perk 2, your alien tech deals increased damage. And on number 3, kills restore some alien tech energy. Honestly, it does have its disadvantages, but this is the most solid class, and anybody that's taking it serious is going to use this class.
Absolutely. The laser cannon is really, really good, especially early on. It does have some disadvantages fighting in the cultist stronghold. You'd be better off maybe using something like a ray gun. The alien armor is one of the best items in the game, though. It's the second best armor. Getting it from the get-go is pretty much OP. So, like, it's an S tier, right? S tier? We could both agree on that?
Yeah, 100% S tier. And now we have one of the new ones as our finale to finish this off. And I'm going to let you take this one away because you have more actual playtime with this class. So,
Of course, the Pyromaniac for 600 diamonds. You start with a flamethrower, which is pretty awesome. I'll get into it. Your first perk, you're going to be able to reload your flamethrower with fuel canisters. And also, let's say when you kill a polar bear or something with the flamethrower, if it deals the last bit of damage to kill it, all the meat that drops from it will automatically be cooked, which I'll get into that in a minute. The perk 2, the fuel canisters restore even more fuel, which is good because we don't want to have to waste too many fuel canisters, especially early on. We're trying to upgrade our campfire. And then perk 3, you're going to move faster for every burning enemy that you have around you. You get like an increased kind of speed. It's actually really cool. You may not have much experience playing with this. It's pretty good. I would say, I think it's probably A tier for everybody else, but I honestly feel like this was made for me, and maybe some of you guys will feel like it's made for you. Because I forget to eat a lot. I'm so hyper-focused, especially when I'm streaming or something. I'm talking to chat. I sometimes forget to eat in the game. And so let's say I head out to go all the way to the far reaches of the map to fish in one of the bone ponds to get a shark, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to bring food. I don't want to eat anything raw because I could die, especially if I'm battling some alpha wolves. You could just take out the flamethrower, kill an enemy, kill one of the animals, and you got cooked meat right there. You don't have to make your way back to camp. It's so good.
And you cook the food that you, like the raw food on the ground already.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I'm going to put A tier. I know you're going S, but maybe when I have more time with this class and can really push it to the limit, it would be an S for me as well.
I think it's S for me, just personally, my playstyle. And if you have a playstyle like me, I think it's going to benefit you. If you're a little more prepared than me and you play a little more properly, I guess, it's probably an A. It could have some more. I mean, the 600 diamonds is expensive. Let's not hide that away. 600 diamonds is a lot. I don't think it deserves to be on the same class as the sideboard, but it is better than the assassin. So it's like, obviously the assassin should be way cheaper, but I don't think it's a 600. I think 600 should be reserved. 600 diamonds should be reserved for classes on the same tier as the sideboard.
Yeah, 100%. And that's our full list there. Let us know what class you guys use the most in the comment section below. Which one is your go-to that you find most reliable and most fun as you're playing throughout the game? Or do you agree with our list completely? Let us know.
Absolutely.